So you've mentioned before about the big dream and the little dream,
Mm.
and I think that's really an interesting thought, and I'm thinking about that for my own life. But in terms of an actor's type, you've said before that you have a type and you play a lawman or something similar, you know. What if an actor isn't necessarily happy with their type and they've come to this city with a big dream of who they think their type should be, but that's not what the audience tells them or casting director tells them?
That's a really hard question, and the reason it's hard is because you have to so believe in what you are, or at least be willing to withstand the struggle of that. So I would hate to say, you know, reinvent yourself into a new type, because what their great gift is, we might not see. When you first said that, my first inclination was go back to New York and get on the stage, where you have the room to create whatever type your instincts take you to. You know, when Dustin Hoffman did Midnight Cowboy, they thought he was playing Joe Buck, his friends. Oh wow, you took that role, Joe Buck. He says, no, I'm playing Ratso Rizzo. What? Yeah, I'm walking here. I'm walking. You know, sorry, Dustin, that's not a very good imitation, but he chose something that so stretched him in another direction that, and you know, he's an extraordinary character man, but they would have pigeonholed him. It's the nature of things. You know, there's a tremendous amount of risk that exists in our business at every level. Making a film, financing a film, being in a film, distributing a film, reviewing a film. Does the film get legs? Does it not get legs? There's just a tremendous amount of risk. So there's a default switch or an escape where people try to reduce risk. You know, they do it with me. I get hired, I think, a lot of times because they go, oh, Neil can do that. You know, it's not always the most compelling role that I'm going to do, but it's going to pay the mortgage. So in response to that question, look, you can study, you can reinvent, you can figure out a way, and I think people do that through the course of their careers to show another facet of the diamond. Oh, they've seen this, let's try to show them this, you know. But if it's a question of going and exploring what that type is, I would say go to New York and get on the stage and just work and build a community and embrace them, and the business will find you. I hope I'm not giving bad advice there.
How does someone find their type? Is that through a casting director telling them, their agent?
It's usually what you get cast at. You know, there's an old saying, they won't cast you for what you can't do. They'll always cast you for what you can do. And so some of those early roles, they see something, you go, oh yeah. And so there's the opportunity. Now with the opportunity also comes the beginnings of the bottleneck narrowing. So for yourself, if you don't want the bottleneck to be very narrow, then outside of the business, you have to stretch into other characters. You have to do that at home, or do it in an acting class, or do it on the stage, so that you keep that thread taut. Because what tends to happen is that once you're in, and they've sort of decided, okay, this is what you're reliable at, you can lose your connection and affinity and wherewithal for that stuff. So I would say you got to be kind of mindful and vigilant to keep that up.